ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Movies Talks on the Vibe Lounge. I hope you guys are doing well today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and share with your friends and family. It lets YouTube know that you really fuck with me and my videos. I hope I made it past the 10-second mark. Alrighty. Guys, today we are talking about Climax. Truthfully and honestly, one of my favorite movies of all time. And listen, go back, click through. I know I say it about every single movie, but if you know me in life, I've shown you this movie. I've shown and recommended this movie to as many people as I possibly could recommend this movie to. It's trippy. It's weird. I wouldn't even say heartwarming. It's just like, it's a mind bender. You know what I mean? And it was when I watched it honestly illegally in my room under my covers when I was like 17, 16, 17, and it was like one of the first movies I've ever seen like that, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of like of different movies, of like different psychological movies and trippy movies, and like movies where you're like, what the fuck is going on, yo? Like, this is like one of the movies that helped make me into a cinephile. Like, this is like something that a movie that I really appreciate and I really enjoy. And like, you know, I want to use my channel to I want to utilize my channel to show you guys like everything I enjoy, good, bad, ugly, old, new, blah blah blah, whatever it is. It's my channel. You know what I'm talking about? But enough glazing. Let's hop more into the movie. All right. This is one of my first A24 movies, by the way. It was directed by Gaspar Noé. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna put a picture of him right here. Get this Gaspar. How to make it bounce. This is Casper. He was inspired to make this movie after going to a Vogue ballroom, which I honestly I had to Google what the fuck that was. It's basically like a giant dance party where people like dress up in ballroom clothes and like masquerade and all the other stuff. He was inspired by this because he was watching these people and he said these people just seemingly look possessed while they were dancing. You know what I mean? You've seen somebody when they get in a groove of things, it's just like it looks like it's not them dancing. That's why we had the whole like witch thing back in the day where the people were caught dancing in the woods and they thought they were possessed by the devil. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Um, he saw he saw the Vogue ballroom dancing, and then he just also grabbed some inspiration from some films from the 1970s, and Climax came to life. His main theme of the film, he says, after doing like after reading multiple interviews by him, his main theme is about people creating something and then it collapsing. Which like if you watch the movie, it completely makes sense. And I don't know if I'll be able to explain it that well. I think I'll be able to, but like even like over overview of the movie, you'll be able to see like what he means. It's like these people are doing something great, and then eventually it all goes down to shit. You know what I'm talking about? This movie was also filmed for cheap, like very, very, very cheap. It only took 15 days to shoot, and he did not give anybody any lines. Like he gave them the direction he wanted the movie to go. He gave them like an out view, and then he let them go. He let them fly, wherever, too close to the sun, too close to the ground, blah 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 blah. And he asked like actors and actresses for their opinions throughout the movie. Like he wasn't doing this like one of those harsh directors. Like, no, I see this going my way and only my way. No, he wanted this movie to be a contribution of everybody. You know what I mean? So it was like the whole thing was improv, and you can like tell during some points of the film that the movie is improv. And that's like I've seen a couple of people gripe about that, like in the reviews and stuff like that, where it kind of feels like I don't want to say forced, but it feels like improv. Improv just feels weird at certain times if you're not used to improv, if that makes sense. But I personally think this adds to the movie. Like I think knowing that the characters were doing this improv just made the movie like 10 times better to me. I learned that when I was doing research for the script right now. But I just think it makes it better. Like you can tell it makes him feel like it makes it feel like a real conversation. It makes it feel like real life. You know what I mean? And that's like some like movies is really hard to pull that off in a movie. You know what I mean? Without it kind of feeling like it's kind of cheesy or blah 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 blah. But I think it adds to the movie. I think it adds a layer to the movie, and it's just a really sick like director's note and knowledge to know there is some unintentional drug use in this movie, in this film. It's basically the whole plot of the movie. So if you're not cool with that, or if you like you have a thing with drug abuse, not abuse, but drug use or anything sort of those lines like that, please click off this video. Viewer discretion is advised. This video is for 18 plus. You know what I mean? Like this movie is for adults, adults, not kids, adults. You know, and I don't explain this in a kiddie way. This is for adults. Anywho, enough glazing of the film. Let me get right into the nitty gritty of the movie. Sit back, relax, grab some snacks. Continue washing the dishes, do some laundry. If you're at work, I hope you're having a good shift. If you're on a run, how are you watching YouTube in your pocket? Oh, you rich? You got YouTube Premium? Bit baller. Let me get some money. Let me get some money. Okay, enough joshing around. Let's get right into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about Climax. So our movie starts off with a girl crawling, bleeding out on the snow. And then it cuts immediately to our credits. When I first watched this, I was like, "What the fuck?" I thought I was watching the wrong movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, but fun fact, did a little research. He did this, no, did this because he hates ending credits. He said this in his own words. So he wanted to go ahead and just get him over in the beginning of the movie because he feels like movies are dragged out for too long and like a lot of like ending credit scenes are like a bane of his existence. Like why not and just include that into the movie? Like his words. So he wanted to go ahead and get all the credits over in the beginning of the movie, which I mean, fair as fuck, real as fuck. Like I ain't mad at my boy for wanting to go ahead. Chat. I had the microphone in my hand. Anywho, I hope you heard that. I think you heard it. Yeah, I was watching the audio things and it just wasn't as like it wasn't like I talk pretty loud, so it wasn't as loud, but it was like damn. Like I usually like am peaking a little bit. Anywho, let me nigga, lock in. So you wanted to go ahead and get him over in the movie, which is real as fuck. Anyway, so more movies need to do that. Like I think that's pretty cool. Like, go ahead and get this shit over at the beginning of the movie. Like, the whole movie 3 hours long, and then make the end credit scenes at the beginning. After scene of the girl bleeding out in the snow and the movie credits, we jump to an interview with all the dance actors and troops where we kind of meet all of our characters and meet all the people that we're going to be involved with, and they're answering the question, "What does dance mean to you?" A simple question that introduces us to like everybody somewhat and like what their personality is like and what their character archetype is going to be like. You know what I mean? Immediately after this, it cuts to them in they're in an abandoned warehouse, abandoned school warehouse or something like that. They're dancing, they're having fun. This is like a 6 to 10 minute dance scene. People hate this shit. I don't mind it. You know what I mean? It's part of the movie. They're dancers. Like it adds to the draw of the movie. You're supposed to be, the movie's supposed to make you involved and bring you. Damn, the movie's supposed to make you involved and bring you into the movie. So like you being there, the camera being there, dancing with the people and showing the dance moves, and like you listen to the music, and like okay, uh, okay, like doing all that shit, like it bring you into the movie. Basically, what I was saying, and plus we get to see all the gang and see how the gang dancing and shit like that. Why they with the troop and all that stuff. But anyways, they get done dancing and they got like party punch there, and everyone's drinking the party punch. And they're adults. They getting lit. They're having fun. I wanted to add, for some reason, the the manager. I guess she's not really dancing. I don't ever see her dance. I guess she's the manager. She bring her son for some reason. Whatever, whatever, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I guess movie's not a movie, but that's some just fucking stupid. Like, why would you bring your kid with you? Like, but I can't lie. Nothing really happens after this point for a little bit. They go around and you listen to each character kind of talk, and some of them are a little weird. Some of them are like, like, ooh, kind of. This is where you can like the improv comes in, where you're like, okay, like what the fuck are you talking about? And, like everyone's talking about different things. You can see the relations that everybody have with each other. Who likes who doesn't like who hates who. Still wondering why the fuck the kid's there, by the way, but we'll figure it out eventually. Um, and some people say this part of the movie is boring. I get it. It's a bunch of exposition, and not even real exposition. It's just going around to the characters, stuff like that. I just it looks cool. It sounds cool. Some of the lines are funny. And it's improv, so it makes it 10 times better in my eyes. Like if I can make a whole movie, improv movie, I think I could do it. Like, but I that that's just sick. You know what I mean? It's just sick as fuck. Like I think it's just sick as fuck. But they're dancing, they're having fun, they're talking, and then boom, some more credits. Which I don't understand this part a little bit. I didn't do any real research on this part, but in the middle of the movie, I think it's like names of songs that start popping up, or maybe it's the characters. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't really care enough to look it up to it. But and then our main girl, her name is Selva. She comes in and she starts feeling a little weird, and why am I rocking? She starts feeling a little weird, and she goes talking to the manager lady, and she's like, "Is there something in the punch? Like, did you do something to the punch?" And then like somebody else hears it, and then like herd everybody start herding, is that what I think the herd effect? Yeah, everybody starts tweaking out. They're like, she did something to the punch, bro. She did something to the punch. Everybody start ganging up on her, start getting violent, start like dragging her and grabbing her and all this shit like that. And then this other dude who was beefing with this guy named Omar, he shouts out, he's like, nah, it was Omar. It was Omar who did it, yo. No, Omar spiked the punch, yo. And and then because they all are like on the verge of tripping sack, or probably like already tripping sack, or probably on the verge of peaking. Like they start actually no, this is like the build up. They probably just had too much. They start ganging up on him, and they start grabbing him and shit like that. And they're like, "Throw him outside! Take him, get rid of him, throw him outside!" And they throw his ass outside, and it's snowing outside, and it's like the freezing snow, and like I, I don't know what to say. They just throw his ass outside and they shut the door and they leave him out there. And like the girl that he was fucking with, she goes like, "No, no." And the dude that didn't like him, he grabbed her. He's like, "Don't even fucking worry about him. He spiked the punch." And then and then the camera pans and you turn around and you see the little boy. He drinking some of the punch when he's supposed. His mama put him to bed. He's supposed to be in the bed, but he somehow got out. So we turn around. He's drinking the punch, and the manager lady, she takes him, and she also drinks some of the punch. So she's tripping too, and she not using her mind right. So she grabbed him. She take him to the electrical room to keep him safe, like with the power panels and all the gas and all the other shit, like the power. Yeah, 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 yeah. You telling me? You telling me? So as the night goes on, everybody's tripping more and more and more, right? And and Selva, it's not Sylvia, Selva, she's go in her room with the girl she bunking with. And she finds her like throwing up and stuff like that. And she was like, "You good? Like, did you have any of the punch? Like, what's going on? Blah blah blah." And the girl's like, "No, I didn't have any of the punch." And she was like, "Why? Like, why you didn't have any of the punch?" And she was like, "I can't see that shit." She was like, "She's pregnant." I was trying to make it much. My camera's not big enough. She's like, "She's pregnant. She's pregnant." And then and she's like, you gotta keep it on the low, like you can't tell nobody. And then big this big bald black bitch, which I'm probably about to get demonetized for that, just for that phrase right there. She come in and she's talking about blah, 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 blah. How you feeling? And she's like, and Selva's like, she's tripping, so she not thinking about it. She's like, she didn't have any of the punch. She's like, why didn't she have any of the punch? And then she's like, blah, 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 she's pregnant. And she was like, she's pregnant? What? No, she's fucking lying. She even know how to fucking spike the punch. And then she comes in and she punches that bitch in her stomach. And like obviously she curls over. She's like, no, no, like I'm actually pregnant. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like don't fucking do that. And then she like continues to punch that bitch like multiple fucking times. And and you know what happens when you get punched in the stomach when you got a baby. Like yeah, like worst case. And she starts to walk away, and and she starts to walk away Silva starts to walk away. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to like recall the movie in my head too. While I'm talking about it. But Silva starts to walk away, and then when she's in the hallway walking away to the front of the dance room or the abandoned like the main ballroom area, this bitch is in there and she fucking snoring coke and she's snoring coke and there's a candle and she fucking her fucking hair catches on fire and she fucking imagine, bro. Imagine you tripping fucking sat, like probably overly tripping, like to the point where you're uncomfortable and like the bit hair is on fire, like right in front of your eyes. Like I couldn't even imagine seeing that in person. Like, are you good? Obviously not. But what else are you supposed to say at that point? Like, put the fire. If I'm sober, I'm gonna put the fire out. But like, if I'm tripping sack, like I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this is God. This is God coming to take me right now. Like I do not know what is going on. I do not know what I'm doing. Like I'm so sorry. I've sinned. I'm going to hell. And at this point, everybody's peaking. For sure, they're peaking. Like they're for sure peaking, peaking, peaking. And I know it because most of them are at the point where they're like uncomfortable in their skin. And I've done like either some bad acid or like too much acid before, and it's just like you're just uncomfortable and you're like, ugh, ah, ah. And you can see them like the people are like on the ground and they're like moving around just like that. Some of them have like their hands in their pants and like rubbing their skin and stuff like that. And it's ugh, ah, it was like ugh, ah. I don't think at this point when I watched this movie originally I had done any acid. So I was just watching sober, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But like now, I'm like, I can't handle it. I can just imagine it. Um, in my notes, I said, "If you know, you know." That's all I gotta say. Selva's walking around, and we get to see how everybody's reaction is. Some are violent, some are uncomfortable. Like I said, confused. Everything you could think of that could happen when you take too much acid. Some people are like pounding their heads on the mirror. Some people are like clawing at their skin and like, too much going on in the brain. So she makes her way back to the main room, and everyone is chilling up there, kind of vibing. You know, the DJ is still going, so everyone up there is kind of like dancing. Um, so like not really worried about it. I guess if you stay in your own little world, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I forgot to mention that the DJ's name is Daddy. This is Daddy. Like the fuck, kind of weird. And there's kind of like this brother sister combo side plot going on where like the brother is kind of you know doing things to his sister, and it don't get any better now that they on acid. Uh, cause his sister was the one fucking with Omar, and her brother was the dude that didn't like Omar, cause he was fucking with his sister. Yeah, sorry, child. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. While the dude is mad, while you dealing with the dude being mad that his sister trying to fuck other dudes and he's trying to fuck his sister, whatever, whatever, whatever. The manager lady lost her key to the electrical room. The manager lady lost her key to the electrical room. She can't find it. She on the ground on all fours, being like, "Oh my God, where's the key?" And the kid's name, his name is Tito. And she's screaming Tito. It's like, Tito, no, I'm coming for you, Tito, trust. Tito, I'm coming for you, trust. And like, and she put that nigga in that room in the first place, bro. Like, why the fuck would you put that nigga in the room in the first place? I get that maybe that was the safest place for him. There's gotta be another way. There's gotta be another way. And as she's looking for the keys on the ground, on her hands and knees, psh, all the lights flicker on and off. No, I ain't gotta say nothing, man. All I gotta say is rest in peace. It's a shame. Rest in peace. My dog Tito. I knew him for about 5 minutes. Not even. He go. All the lights go out, and it just caused everybody to go crazy. You know, they ain't had the music was keeping the people in the ballroom together. Now they ain't got no music. Now they some of them pulling their hair out. Some of them fucking. Some of them sleeping on the ground, scratching their skin off. Like the the, the sister starts having a seizure, and the brother starts taking advantage of her while she's having a seizure. That's probably the hardest part of the movie. Like, nah, I hope that wasn't improv. I'm like, gotta say, no, actually I do because it is written in the script. That's worse. And then Sylvia's being pursued by this dude who's trying to like, I guess she had like an old fling with, and he been trying to get with her the entire movie. I didn't really put it in here because he's not really important. She just tells him to fuck off. And then he proceeds to get rejected by everybody. Like this gay dude wanted him, and then the gay dude was like, "Fuck off! You didn't want me. I don't want you now." And like he ain't got nobody else to go to, and he ends up having like a breakdown in the middle of the ballroom floor. And Sylvia hooks up with some girl, BT Dubs, and then everyone's tripping. You know, everyone's tripping sack. All the lights are off. Everyone's like, the people that are in the rooms are calming down. The people in the fucking ballroom are so fucking tripping sack, and then a title card pops up on the fucking thing in French. It says, "Life is a collective of impossibilities," and with that, it cuts to it being morning and the next day, and like some authorities or like some police officers arrive. Like they got like guns and like they're in SWAT uniforms and stuff like that. And you kind of see the aftermath of everybody like on the ground and like blah 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 all that stuff. And then from that we learn that they've been there for 3 days. So they've been tripping for 3 days. I don't think I wish that on my worst enemy. I don't. I don't think so. That's crazy. And then the true last scene of the movie, it cuts to one of the dancers, this girl with big blonde hair. I put the scene right here. It cuts to her. She's dropping what we assume to be pure LSD like into her eyeballs, leaving it up to assumption that it was her that spiked the punch. Everybody was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And ladies and gentlemen, that journey was Climax. And you know, some people hate it, some people love it. I'm on the love it side of the spectrum. I think it's just a cool, nice little indie movie. It was one of my first A24 movies, also. Like I said at the beginning, but still, I enjoy it, and it brought me to a different realm of movies and different world and all the other stuff. So, you know, maybe check it out. Maybe give it a chance. I think I did a pretty good justification explanation. Anyways, thank you guys for watching so much. Thank you guys for watching so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God damn it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure, again, you like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends and family, and your baby, and your newborn, and your next kin. And print this video, or not print, but put this video on a USB drive and take it to the grave with you, so God or the devil knows how of amazing YouTuber I am. Um, uh, appreciate it, gang. You're the best. Anyway, thank you guys so much. If you made it all the way to the end, um, comment Crimson Sour Cherry Fanta. If you make it all the way to the end, I'll give you 2 kisses and a hug. Thanks. Thank you guys. Doses.